Welcome into Actual Play Entertainment Presents episode 20 of the Two Headed Serpent, an epic action-packed globe-spanning campaign for Pulp Cthulhu published by Chaosium. My name is Dave and I am the keeper. The lost, I think maybe lost and confused is appropriate right now. People joining me to roll dice.
Yes.
Are Joe, Kurt, and Mike.
That definitely checks out.
I am confused.
Perfect. Paranoia and Confusion is the name of this chapter. So here we go.
Episode 20, boys.
Yeah. That's not bad.
I love a round number.
Yeah, no, I think it's it's like a little bit of a milestone one.
Feels like it.
Yeah.
Lost as hell. Well, anyways, episode 20. Let's just fucking get right into it.
Do it.
I'm excited because I want to know what you guys are going to do.
I want to know.
We're at a turning point here.
Yeah.
I want to know
what I'm going to do.
I want to know where I am.
All right, well, let's start with you, Lucian.
Okay.
As the scene opens in a large room with just a metal frame on this metal floor. Beside it, a control panel, which doesn't really make much sense. In Nikal, strange knobs, strange dials, no idea what it is. Opposite the gate is a giant blast door, and then there's two small doors to the side in the walls, and the room is empty and silent. Then there's and Lucian Saunders comes stumbling out of it, holding a small wooden box and a piece of paper signed by Connors, who may or may not be alive right now. Who knows?
Why? Why do you say that? Where am I? What's going on?
I'm just saying he's a heavy smoker. Just not good for you. Don't do it, kids. Anyways, we'll start with Lucian. You scan the room. You see the control panel to the left. Looking at it, it doesn't make sense to you, but you do recognize Nikal.
Is this same kind of steampunky tech that we've seen already with some of the Nikal technology?
It seems more like touchscreenish.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Across from you are two giant blast doors in the wall. And then when you look to your left and to your right, there are two smaller blast doors on the same big wall.
What happens when I look behind me?
A blinding light. Shield your eyes and turn back.
The same blinding light that I walked through previously.
Correct.
Oh man, he's so tempted to just go walking back through that and hope that he ends up back where he was.
Don't you want to find your friends?
No sign of Maynard and Russ in here.
No sign of anything but you.
Okay, how big are these blast doors at the far end? How tall are they? How wide are they?
They're about 9 feet. They look like normal doors, just scaled a little bit bigger, a bit more heavy duty.
Okay,
the ones to the sides are a normal, you build houses. How big's an average door frame? 6'3", 6'4"? Is that about right?
Yeah.
Huh.
Nailed it. Well done, Dave.
Thanks, man. I'm about 6 feet, so when I walked through, I was like, man, there's a few inches.
I will... And there's no indication of how to control the doors or anything like that, just this control panel that I can't make heads or tails of?
Well, you can go check it out a little.
Yeah, let me go check it out.
Give me the early scan.
All right, let me check out this control panel and see if I can make heads or tails of it. You want a Nikal roll here, or what can I do?
Yeah, I'll take one of those. That sounds great. Unless you got something else you can convince me that would work better to try to understand ancient, borderline alien technology.
No, I don't think so. He's not a techie guy. And he's not a Nikal guy. That's an 82 over 20.
Can't really make any sense of what to do.
Oh my God.
Do you actually reach out and try to touch it or anything?
No. Hell no.
Wuss.
Oh no.
Can I get a spot hidden from you?
Sure. How could anything be hidden in this room? Oh, 93. Boy, we are really... He's lost. Lucian, not at his best. I mean, you described the room as being pretty barren. Is it?
It is pretty barren.
All right. Except for that one thing that I didn't see. How about I can walk over to one of the small doors and open it? The one to the
Just
right.
straight up open it. Okay, hold on. As you
Yeah.
approach this steel door, there is there's a small window
In the door. Oh,
in
great.
the door.
Let's look through.
You can just open it if you want, but if
No,
there's
no,
a window,
no. I'll look through the window. I'll look through the window.
I feel like Lucian came out and was like all stealthy, and now it's just like, fuck it. And he just marches across.
Well, I don't know. You're like bomb doors or whatever. I didn't expect there to be windows in them. Okay, let me look through the blast door with the window in it.
You look at it and you see, let's see here. What kind of, how techy are you? How would you
Low tech.
recognize?
Unless it's medical equipment, low tech.
Okay, that's fair. You see an equally as large room. You see panels on the walls. They look like equipment panels of some sort, dials, all sorts of, ways to record information all the way down and along. And in the middle of the room, you see 3 deep, and it runs to the side. You can't really quite see how far, but you guess the length of the room. Large rods that run from the floor to the ceiling.
You said rods, not pillars, hey? Interesting.
No, large rods. It looks like they can be lowered into the floor.
Oh man, that makes them sound like almost like uranium rods or something.
You're getting
Used
pretty.
like
You're getting very
man.
close.
Oh yeah. Lucian wouldn't understand that though. Holy cow. All right.
One more thing that you see in
yeah.
this room.
A person?
You see a figure walk out from behind one of the rods, looking up at some of the instruments on the wall, like it's recording data. And it's a serpent person.
I was just gonna say, I don't like how you say figure.
Straight up.
No way.
Snake person. And they have like an overcoat, but they're looking up, taking information, looking, they reach out, touch a few things. One of the rods shifts down, another one raises up. And he's just scanning the room.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly pull away from the window before he sees me. He's gasping breaths, looks around the room again, even though he knows there's nothing else in the room. He's gonna go across and look through the similar window on the other side.
You see the same room. It's a large room, exact same scene on the other side. You look through and you see a serpent person at the far end of the room, looking up, taking information, pacing through the room. A few rods shift.
So that room's a mirror of the other one.
It's the same room. You try to look down the side, but it's tight, but you figure it's just one giant room with 2 separate doors.
Wait a second. So but there's a door on the right-hand side of the room and a door on the left-hand side of the room, and they both lead to the same room?
Yeah, and then there's giant blast doors in the middle that you'll see. You can.
So is it like a reality warp or something like that? How could it lead to the
it's just
same
a big room that has 2 different doors that go
2 separate doors, and then it looks like there's big blast doors in the middle that may or may not lead in there, but you can't really see down that wall.
The doors are on the same wall.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I thought I was lost.
Well, yeah, sorry. When you said left and right,
No,
I
but
was
I can see how.
yeah, okay.
Oh, I did say
Yeah.
on the same wall, but I could see the confusion.
Okay.
My
No,
fault.
I missed on the same wall. Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
it's all
I get
good.
it. Okay. I was really tripping balls there for a sec. Into the same room? What?
Oh my God. That would be pretty
I
crazy.
love how you're caught up on that, but I'm just so clearly Caduceus
Yeah, no,
are a serpent clan.
Totally.
Which one? I don't know.
And Lucian was already basically convinced of this anyways.
Lucian does know which clan.
Yeah, because they said, what's his face? Goncalves was pretty clear about
He mentioned Yig.
the
twice.
Yig, right? Yeah, in the service
Which
of
is the
Yig or whatever, the
I forgot that I haven't mentioned
blessing of
it for a
Yig or
while.
whatever.
Which takes you back to the Dreamer. When the Dreamer blasted her way out of Caduceus, that's what
Yeah.
she said. I won't work for the mother of snakes or the father of snakes or the mother of darkness. You're both shit.
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact quote.
So
It's
listen,
fuck you both.
I have notes on this. I remember that Meadham explained to us that there were 3 divisions of snake people. There were the followers of Yig, the king of snakes. There were the followers of Saguthwa, who actually ended up winning the war between all the snake people.
That's the mother of darkness. That's the inner night.
Right. And then there was also
They're
the
the
Gotanothwa, And the dreamer was the last surviving member of the Gotanothwa.
Yes,
So,
that's exactly correct.
This was my suspicion all along, was that these are Yig worshippers. And it's funny because they were also sending us to Oklahoma.
How do you know they're Yig?
Well, because they're at war with the Inner Night, and the Inner Night follow
That's right.
the other one, right? So
We were also told that the Yig have vast technology, and that kind of aligns with what you're...
Yeah, that's right. I forgot
And
about
but Maynard and Russ, like Kurt and Joe, can make this connection. Maynard and Russ, not that they don't have their suspicions, but they don't think nothing about Yig and Caduceus has been mentioned to them like it has been to Lucian ever since he's been DNA'd.
That's not necessarily true. I think Christopher was around when we were told about Yig and Seduthwa and all
You were
that.
told about them, but Caduceus has mentioned, like, to Lucian, Gongalvis said to him, like,
the blessing of
this
Yig.
is a blessing from Yig. If you want to know more, I can tell you more.
Gotcha.
Inviting him, more or less, as Lucian thinks about it now, into the cult of Yig to become a worshiper of the father of snakes.
Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, if Lucian's going to follow any snake people, he's going to be the hot dreamer.
Oh, okay.
Totally.
He's still pretty fixated on that.
Clearly dreaming about her.
While Lucian's beaming this over in his head, let's go to Maynard and Russ.
Nah.
Nah, you want to go back?
I'm just so scared. That's all. Okay, go ahead.
You guys are standing, you're in the room that you awoke in with the 6 beds. The doctor is left, and you guys are sitting there alone, may or may not be eating soup.
Maynard already finished his soup.
Oh, and then I did say they took Russ's away, so.
Yeah, Russ didn't want. He didn't trust it.
No, you're hoping for a banana, I believe it was, to match your birthmark.
Yeah. We well, yeah, I think where we left off, we were just about to go kind of wandering the facility. Russ was going to grab something that couldn't have been cooked by anybody, like a vegetable or a fruit.
Something non-tampered.
Yeah, exactly. and then I think at the same time, we're just kind of investigate the building and see if we could, open some cupboards, check out maybe where that radio is that the doctor mentioned, and kind of like go from there, I guess. Build a game plan off what we
Maynard
find.
liked that plan, if I remember correctly, and I think we were going to try to be chill about it. We were going to just maybe wander down to the end and go outside and have a cigarette, and then
we'll
maybe
just
poke
whistle
in the
while
kitchen.
we walk.
Well, let's hear you guys talk. Let's hear you guys talk it out and do it.
We just did.
Okay. Yeah, Russ, I think it's time to move around a little bit. I definitely need a cigarette.
Yeah. I need a banana. So
What was that nurse's name? Do you remember?
Betty.
Let's go find Betty and see what kind of supplies she has.
I don't know. There's someone with a B? Was it?
I have her last name. That's not going to help.
Bruce. Bruce? No,
Ruth.
Ruth?
It's a lovely name.
There was Florette,
Sounds like Russ saying Bruce without his teeth.
Yeah.
Gertrude, and
Almost forgot
Melania.
Melania there for a second with these new teeth. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. We're walking. We're talking. What's in this room?
You open the door and you have, to the left is where the doctor went. That's where he said you could find him. There's a
I
door.
opened the door.
There's a door
Is he
straight
in there?
across. No, there isn't a door. There. It opens into the main ward, which is more or less like your room. You figure your room was smaller. It was like an isolation ward. This is like the main
VIP.
ward.
I like to think it as.
It's 12 beds that run each opposite wall. There's nothing really else in there.
Wait, so I thought I opened the door to the doctor's.
Yeah, that's what the door he went through.
Oh, okay.
Across the way, you see a hallway that runs off the opposite wall with 4 doors. So like main ward, little hallway, offices. That makes sense. I want to get my walls. I want to get my walls and doors straight now. I'm shit the bed earlier.
Yeah, we're having issues.
You open the doors into a large ward. Down the side, you see curtains that have been closed off. Looks like it closed off of beds. And you do hear moans and groans of other patients.
Are they loud or just kind of like subtle, like, soft? Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
there's
screaming.
No, there's no screaming.
Oh, no.
A curtain opens and a nurse comes out and she closes it and she goes down and she's got a clipboard and she seems rushed.
Is she wearing any kind of PPE?
Yeah, she would have like a shitty mask on and some gloves.
Okay, Russ pulls his shirt up over his nose.
Okay.
Ducks his chin down.
Maynard does the same thing because he feels awkward.
Yeah, Russ doesn't want to stick around this room much longer.
Yeah, neither does Maynard. I kind of start backing towards the door the way we came in.
On the far side, you see like those 4 doors like you described, like their offices.
Yeah.
You look across, there's a hallway with 4 doors and then another set of double doors on a far wall. You see that door open and like someone comes in and it's daylight. The door closes. The doctor comes out of one of the doors of the office and like across to the other. It seems actually quite busy down there.
Yeah, I grab Maynard's arm before he can back out of the room, and I like kind of like point down that way and start walking there.
Maynard follows.
You walk through and it is groaning and it smells gross in there. The air is sticky and humid.
As we're trying to get through the room,
peek through a curtain.
Look. Yeah, just kind of glance.
You see a lot of people. They seem to be in agony in the beds, like they're having trouble even moving. A lot of people are actually just quite still. You figure that there's people straight up comatose in this room. People who aren't comatose just seem to be in agony constantly. Nurse tried to like roll them over and they scream a little bit louder. It smells like suffering. It sounds like suffering.
Like raspberries?
You don't smell raspberries. Not here.
Okay. Not here? All right.
Are there obvious treatments going on? Like, do they have an IV in their arms or like, is there...
Yeah, no, it looks like a legit hospital. It looks like they're practicing medicine in here and it's like they're tending to the patients. It looks legit.
Okay.
And the patients don't look physically weird at all? Like they just...
No, they look like local people from Uganda.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they're not swollen or like their skin's like yellow or they have like,
No, you don't see anything.
Markings on their skin or something?
No.
They just... Okay.
Yeah, like fevers, sweating, standard sickness stuff. Nothing weird.
Okay. I'm just going to keep moving to get out of this room.
Maynard's right behind him.
Pick like a hallway, just some random hallway at the end.
There's just one hallway at the end, 4 doors,
Okay.
which look like offices, and then what looks like an exit.
Oh, I see. So there's offices attached to this larger room, and then there's one exit out of the room.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying?
Yeah. There's like a hallway going straight at the opposite wall. All right, so you guys go through. You push through the room. No one bothers you. No one says anything. People seem very preoccupied with the sick. Everyone in there is... No one's paying attention to you, any patients. The doctor comes out of the room as you walk up, and he has his tea, and you do smell raspberries again. From his tea, the aroma.
What does it mean, Dave?
He sips on his tea. Are you leaving?
No. No. We're not leaving. We're just...
Please come back. There will be
We're not leaving. Relax about the leaving bit there, Doc.
It's
We're
okay.
just
There will be
stretching
a
our
bed.
legs.
There will be a bed for you.
Okay. What's in your tea? You seem...
Oh, it's raspberry
agitated.
tea. No, I'm sorry. No. Would you... I can get
Raspberries are common here, or is it like you import the tea?
That's a great question. No, it's... No, Nurse Melania makes it for me. It's amazing. It's delicious. I love it. Takes a sip.
Why did you say that was a good question? The plot thickens about the tea.
He pushes past you guys. You guys leave and open the door and feel the humid heat push against you as we go to Lucian Saunders. So, Lucian, in this room, you've looked through 2 of the side doors, which seem to eke into the same large room.
Yeah.
There are 2 larger blast doors in the center of that same wall that you would have had to skirt by to get to the other door.
Are there windows into those blast doors?
There are not.
Oh my God, where the hell am I? Wonder if I'm armed. He checks quickly to see if he's got his Mauser pistol at his hip still.
Unless for whatever reason you would have put it somewhere, no one has taken it from you.
So security wouldn't have taken it from me when they tackled me?
If they would have taken it from you as soon as they realized who you were, they would have given it back to you. They wouldn't have confiscated it.
Okay, he's desperately relieved to find he still has it. And
do you have a pet name for your Mauser?
No, not yet.
Like Mickey Mauser or anything like that?
It's getting close though. It's getting close. He's going to, thinking back to the room that I saw the snake people working in, did they have like protective headgear, or were they just wearing lab coats? Like, were they in protective
just like an
anti-radiation suits? Or okay, no, they were just
nothing like that.
All right. Lucian's gonna like gently check one of the door handles. Does it open?
It opens.
Okay, I'm bursting into the room with my pistol drawn and pointing it at the two scientists.
Okay, you bust in and have your Mauser raised, and the scientist turns. What's your dex?
Okay, why do you need to know? 70.
He darts hard to the right. Your go.
Oh my God.
What? He darts hard to the right?
Yeah, he runs. He goes first.
How big is the room that I'm in now that I'm actually in it?
It's probably, so you're looking at the map here, 50 feet deep, and then at least 50, maybe even 60, 70 feet the other way.
And equipment, machinery everywhere?
No, just along the walls are like instrument panels. Mm-hmm. And then in the middle of the room, as you look, there are 12 of those large rods that are coming in and out of the ground and shifting.
Stop right there! I will shoot!
He yells in Nakal. It's your go. You can move if you want or try to shoot.
No, I'm gonna move. I want to try and get both of them. Like, I'm gonna try and circle around and make sure I can keep the gun trained on both of them. He says, I'm not here to kill you, but I need answers right now.
Wait, but did you shoot at them?
No, I didn't shoot at them. I just pointed my gun at them.
They're paying no heed to your words whatsoever.
But they're not attacking me either. They're running.
The one, you come in the door.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I should ask, just so I have orientation of when you initially came out of the gate and you were looking at the wall across from you, that you now realize on the other side of that wall is this large nuclear-ish room. Did you go in the door to your left or to your right?
I think probably the one to the left.
Okay. So if you go in that door, to your left is the instrument panel wall, and then to the right is the room full of rods.
Okay.
So
and the two guys are...
One's on the other side of the room, and the other one that you walked in and confronted is now running along the back wall to that far side of the room.
Okay. So I'm going to kind of like chase them. I want to kind of corner them and point my gun at them and try and get answers out of them.
Okay.
Stop running! Stop running! I will shoot!
You guys would have fairly similar movement. So can I get a, what do you think, like a dex roll to see if you you move a little quick, peek your way through and get over there before them, or else you guys are kind of running at the same pace, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but eventually he's going to run out of room. Like, again, I just want to corner them, unless they're going to try running back out the door or something.
The one guy is trying to run back out the door. You'd have to cut him off at the door. The guy that was on the far wall, as soon as he hears yelling from his buddy,
okay, yeah,
he's going to go out the door.
All right, yeah, I want to try and stop that from happening.
If you want to, give me a dex roll then.
All right, here we go. A good dex. He's nimble. Okay, got it. 60 under 70.
Okay, so you end up cutting over and he goes back, so they're both kind of in the back corner if you have your gun raised.
Yeah. Stop running! Stop running, I will shoot! What are you doing here? Who are you? What is all this?
Oh, interesting. Would they say anything? No, they don't say anything. They're backing away.
Can I try saying something in Nakal?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I'll try.
Definitely, you're making an, yeah. What is your Nakal skill, by the way? Just your straight up number.
It's terrible, but, well, it's 20. It's not terrible. but I have.
That's not bad, really.
But I think I can use my photographic memory here, because it's kind of a no roll to use a word that maybe I've read or seen somewhere before, as opposed to like
That's
trying
not
to
a
figure
bad
something
argument.
out. Okay.
So I'll give you advantage on it.
Don't even need it. 11 under 20.
Oh,
Okay, what do you try
Beautiful.
to communicate to them?
nice.
That's a good question.
You spend 1 luck, it would get you a hard success.
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm Lucian.
Yeah,
My name
kind of.
is Lucian.
Hello, no kill. Can I say something as rudimentary as that?
Yeah, you could say something. I'm trying to think for something.
Okay, like I'm kind of like I
Friendly.
kind of hold the gun up a little bit, like it's still in my hand, but I'm like, hello, no kill.
Can I get a, I guess a psychology roll? Do you have something along those? I want you to be able to read
Of course.
their body language and how they're acting.
Hey, do you think that these guys aren't even serpent people? They're like mutated humans, fully mutated.
I mean, I'm on my way, right? but it's funny that they're talking in Nikal.
Oh, they were. Okay,
yeah.
I missed that. Sorry.
28 under 50, so almost a hard success. I'll spend the 3 to make it a hard success.
Okay, that's fair. You don't think they are willing? There is going to be no negotiation. You're not going to be able to be like, hey, I'm not going to shoot you. You feel that they are.
Right.
It is very apparent to them that this can't happen. There's someone here and this is not good, and you'll have to kill us for us to fucking stop trying to get away from you.
It's literally like they have lizard brain.
I wonder if I should just,
And
yeah, right.
It's like hazard, leaving.
I wonder if I should just let them go. I don't know if Lucian would kill them. I don't think Lucian kills them. I think I'm going to let them go.
Yeah, he wouldn't. He's like,
Yeah.
he's probably in awe of them actually even existing.
Yeah.
To kill them.
Yeah, and they're not trying to threaten him, and they're not going to give him any answers. So I think he's just going to let them go. He flat out like just sort of waves them, says, go in Nikal. Probably uses the wrong word. Says like, come, pointing out the door.
No, you got a pretty good roll.
Chicken.
You made it.
Okay.
They look at each other and they run.
Okay.
No, they both go out the same. They run away from you and go out the furthest door from you.
Okay.
And if you watch what they do, one goes through the gate and the other goes through the double doors.
And when he goes through the gate, does he use the instrument panel at all, or does he just like dive through the gate?
He uses the panel for a millisecond and goes through the gate.
I should have watched him do it. Oh my God. It's too far away. There's no way I'd be able to see what he did. Okay. Touched the panel, went through the gate. And the other guy, went through the big blast doors?
The double doors in the middle. When you look over in the room you're in now, it looks like it comes out of the wall with a slight bulge. So you figure it's probably a staircase.
Yeah, an elevator, staircase. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna follow that guy.
Okay, you go through that door and you hear footsteps at the top, and it's like a spiral staircase.
Okay, I start running up the stairs after him. Gun out.
You start chasing after him up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
It opens into a door, and as you come up, you see windows. That looks like it leads into a room where serpent people are doing surgery on humans.
What the?
Oh.
And we'll go to Maynard and Russ.
Wait. It's
You
a
exit the
large
hospital.
room.
You exit the hospital, pushing out into the humidity. Immediate heat. The jungle sounds. They're definitely not North America. Definitely not. On the edge of the hospital, around the outskirts, you see fires burning. And you're thinking, because the doctor talking about this disease that's spread by flies, this keeps the insects away. As you look, you see a couple people walking, and they have torches, like straight up old D&D fucking wooden torches, as they're
just
walking
midday.
through. Yeah, just to try to keep the flies away.
And none of them are wearing like mosquito netting. Like that would help, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I guess you probably see a few people with hats, but they don't want them anywhere on their body.
Yeah.
Not everybody's got a big bee seed or anything like that. Looking to the north, where you see most of the people, that little bit of foot traffic and where the main entrance kind of opens to, you see what looks like a small village. Very basic wooden houses, some plywood houses put together, but then definitely like a shanty town also on the outside, of just people living in whatever shelter they can get. What are you guys doing? Or should we go to my personal favorite inner monologue of Russ Shields?
Currently he's just like, man, I am starving. I still didn't get a chance to find that banana. So yeah, he's thinking that he wants to eat something, but also he really wants to quickly like go through this facility and kind of just like, check each room real quick. Like, not necessarily like pull open every drawer, but just kind of like survey the building a little bit, maybe find that radio that the doctor mentioned, just kind of like mentally note where it is in the building in case they have to use it. Maybe gather some supplies.
It would be probably in one of the offices. This seems to be where the doors that you guys went out, this seems there's like a waiting room. And then when you look back and see those 4 doors that are in that, at the end of the big room, basically, that seems to be where the doctor is, where the nurses go in and out of.
Okay. So we would have kind of wandered through the building, just taking note of all that stuff.
Yeah, totally.
And maybe open a few cupboards, see if there is anything of value, like maybe like a gun. You're in the jungle, maybe they might have something like that. Grab some water, skins or something. Yeah.
Yeah, do you just open a door and start rooting through things, or do you stop one of the nurses?
No, we don't. Russ wouldn't. He doesn't trust anyone, so he would just be doing it himself.
Observing them for a few minutes, you figure out basically which room there's a storeroom. One of those 4 doors is a storeroom. And you can open the door and go in there if you want, and you'll find like water skins and your basic medical supplies. You don't see a weapon of any sort.
Oh, even with a luck roll?
Oh,
nope.
That was great
Okay.
luck. Someone left their shotgun here. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Hey, man, you're in a jungle.
All right, you know what?
Like
make a luck roll for me.
Jaguars.
No, and that's actually a great point. And so make a luck roll for me.
Baboons. Okay. Who's feeling lucky?
This is definitely...
Kurt, how lucky do you feel?
Oh, am I rolling a luck roll too?
Well, I don't know. Are we both?
Russ is the one wandering right now. Let's get it from Russ. We'll see what Maynard's up to.
Fine. Okay. Russ, he doesn't find anything, unfortunately.
Oh, that's too bad.
70 over 49.
You do find just medical supplies, like a water skin, whatever.
Oh, that's good. That's helpful.
Stuff like that. A hat with a little mosquito net tied up.
Oh, that's actually awesome. Do I find 2?
Sure.
Okay. I hand it to Maynard. I tell him I didn't find any guns or anything, but I found these.
Okay, thanks. Maynard takes it and he kind of stuffs it down the back of his pants, kind of against his back so that it's not super obvious. He doesn't put it on while we're inside.
Oh, I thought we were outside now, but yeah.
We're in this... Oh, are we outside now?
No, you're inside.
Oh, well, you said that we opened the doors to the outside and you're standing outside, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and then you say you wanted to check out the building, so I figured you just turned around and went through a door that's right by you.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, there's a storeroom door right there.
Okay.
So
Maynard.
we covertly grab a few supplies. Still keeping a pretty low profile, I would think, right?
Yeah.
Did the doctor mention whether we could be reinfected? Or are we okay from the flies at the moment?
I don't believe
Do we have any idea about
No, he didn't really mention anything.
Okay. What do you think, Russ? Should we maybe like wander into that village and have a look around?
Yeah. I'm not sure what...
I would think you feel.
to do, to
I
be
would think you
honest.
feel pretty safe from the bugs. I'm gonna roll
we
with
have
that.
these... Yeah, okay.
If what he's telling you is true, that you're actually infected with it, though, that's the other thing.
Right.
Yeah, I don't believe him for a second. Maynard, we gotta get home. What we gotta do, like... I think we gotta go check out this village to see what the threats are around us, but we gotta like radio a plane. I don't know. Go check out where the landing strip is.
Who are we gonna radio?
Caduceus?
They dropped us off here.
Ugandan government? Tell them we're, that doc said that Caduceus, is basically in bed with the Uganda government. We could tell them that we're part of Caduceus and maybe get a flight out of here. Even to like a bigger city where there isn't a fly disease going around.
I like it. Let's try something. We should probably get you some food. Maybe let's head to the kitchen.
Oh, yeah, no. I got it. I'm good.
You're good?
Give me a spot hidden.
From both of us?
Sure.
55 under 77.
73 under 80.
As you guys are standing there, they kind of whispering to each other, trying to decide what to do. The doctor comes out of one of the rooms, and you see in his room, and it looks like his office. Looks like there's some testing stuff where he's doing lots of it, and you see the radio right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a small room. It looks like his living quarters. There's a bed in there. He comes out rushed and like, exhausted. He comes up and he looks at you and basically, is everything okay? How do you feel? If you want, for more questions, please just let me know. I can find time for you always.
Do you have a moment now, Doc?
Yes, of course.
We're just curious about the tsetse flies. Can we be reinfected, or are we immune now?
No, I believe right now you are in stage 2. I believe you should be okay. You've already been infected.
Okay, thank you. When we were brought here by Caduceus, did they say anything about how long we would be here or when they're coming to pick us up?
Well, we don't know. I was just told by the local officials that the Caduceus was on its way, and then we heard about the plane crash and we came ourselves and rescued you, brought you in here.
Who the rescue team or the people who brought us here? Who were they? What did they look like?
Oh no, that was I believe that was the nurses and myself. It was all of us. It was a group effort from the hospital. Can I get
we were never handed over to you from anyone else?
Roll from you?
Sure.
And you too, Russ.
Okie dokie.
I rolled a 40 on 40.
Whoa, nice. 62 over 25.
When he talks about that memory, it seems like, I don't really know any other way to describe it, but it was almost like a bit of a lag. He's like, the rescue team, that was, myself and the nurses. It seemed like it wasn't him consciously thinking. It's just like he brain farted pretty hard there for a second, and then he went back into the memory.
Interesting. So I didn't get the sense that he lied. He's confused.
Yes.
Or
100% that he was confused and had to think about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for your time, Doctor. I'm sure you're very busy. We'll let you
please
get back to work.
Of course.
And Doctor,
do you know where we could get some cigarettes?
Oh yes. Yeah, good question, Maynard.
Talk to Kilolo in the village. He is he's the leader.
Okay.
And Doctor, it sounds like maybe Caduceus doesn't even know that their plane went down. We'll have to check in.
Well, we told the local officials. I radioed him myself. Let him know of the situation.
Just, as Caduceus members, we'll have to confirm that ourselves. Just, not that you didn't do it, but it's just part of our policy.
Oh, would you like to speak to Mr. Bourget right now? He motions for you to come in his office.
That would be fantastic, actually.
Okay, of course. And he goes in the office and he puts his stuff down, and looking in his room, you can see it's he doesn't have a lot of time to keep things nice and tidy and organized. He seems super busy. His testing area is just a mess. It's a bit of a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
He goes and sits down at the radio and he checks the dials. You notice he doesn't really change anything. So I guess for lack of a better way to say it is if the settings were left, it's to contact this guy, his last call. You know what I mean?
Could I tell by looking at this radio or just know if we could contact Caduceus ourselves instead of contacting the local government?
He motions for you to sit down. He goes, "It's all set to go. Just fire it up." Hands.
I know, but I'm wondering if we could, after talking to this guy, if we could just radio Caduceus ourselves, like back in the States.
You could give it a shot.
Okay.
Doctor, would you mind giving us just a moment of privacy while we make a call?
Oh, nice, Maynard.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm busy anyways. And he skirts off and closes the door and leaves the two of you there.
Maynard peeks out the door to check and see if he actually left or if he just did that fake walking down the hallway stepping sound thing.
He's like,
So smart.
on the other side. No, he leaves. He goes down the hallway and leaves. And you see him rush off and talk to one of the nurses. Can I get a spot hidden from you?
25 under 77. Hard success.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's a good roll.
Maynard.
As you watch him walk away, confirming that he's not doing like the Monty Python coconuts or anything like that. You see him walk away, and as you go to close the door and look back in, you see one of the other nurses looking at you, and then she goes into her room and closes the door.
I kind of half smile and nod politely at her.
She doesn't, no response. She seems to be eyeing you pretty good, and not in the good way.
Like she didn't blink, kind of.
I was just gonna say.
That was pretty quick. Someone may or may not have blinked.
Yeah, fair enough.
And she goes in and closes the door.
Okay, Maynard closes the door to our room as well, but stands right there with like his hand on the handle and is kind of like taking little glances down the hallway while Russ works on the radio.
You don't see her eyeing her door specifically. You don't see it open again. And everything else just seems like a normal hospital. Russ, with the headphones, you put them on.
Yeah. Flip the switch. It like boots up, I guess. All the tubes light up in it.
Fires up and you hear some static. Shh. Go ahead, Marcel Bourget here. Is this Dr. Thibault?
No, sir. This is Caduceus official Russ Shields at the hospital.
Oh, Mr.
here.
Shields. Oh, I'm glad. How are you? How are you feeling?
As good as I can be, I guess, because of the, well, you know.
The crash.
The crash.
Of course.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. And your friend, there was two of you. How is he?
He's doing just fine.
Oh,
thank you.
That is good to hear. I was speaking with Dr. Thibault about you, and he does say you're infected. I hope you know it. I know it's not the hustling and bustling cities of America, but please, find yourselves comfortable.
You know what? There's actually been some success with Maynard and myself, and we are quite fine, actually. We seem to be immune, the doctor says now, because we've had the disease, and we're recovering just fine. So, no concern there.
No concern at
Whatsoever.
all. Well, you do unfortunately know there is a quarantine in effect, so you will have to stay for a little while.
And how long is this quarantine?
Well, that depends on the fine work of our great doctors. As soon as we get this under control, and then we can figure it out.
Interesting. Right. And Caduceus, they have, we seem to have, because of the knocks on our head and whatnot, can't seem to remember when the return flight was booked.
Ah, the return flight. You're a funny man. I promise you, once the quarantine is lifted and you're free to move on, we will get you on the first flight out of here.
Oh, so there wasn't one booked, which is strange because we weren't sick when we arrived, so there must have been some sort of plan in place as to when we were leaving.
Well, I'm afraid that's up to Caduceus, not myself. I'm sure they have arranged for it. I'm sure that my people have spoken to them. I'll check that out for you.
Right.
Of course.
I look over at Maynard like, what else do I say? Just one moment, Bougie.
Ask him about how long, what triggers the end of the quarantine, I guess. Like, they've been here for years working on this.
I put my hand over,
here?
like, the mic.
Yeah.
He says it's up to
I'm kind of like whispering.
We're going to have to, like, threaten him to, I don't know. I have an idea. What else should I ask him?
Is it safe to travel to visit the town?
I relay that to Bougie.
The small village. Yes, of course. It's also part of the quarantine. It's Ulanga, the village of Ulanga.
Oh, nice name.
Thank you.
Are there any vehicles in the area?
Oh, doesn't matter if there are. You aren't allowed to leave. It's a quarantine.
Right, yes. Caught that
Right.
first time. This conversation is almost useless.
Ask him about the diamond mine. Is it in the village?
How far off is the diamond mine?
Oh, the diamond mine. That's where the crash was. 3 or 4 hours south, I believe.
And that's obviously outside the quarantine zone, correct?
Well, yeah, I don't think there's anything to see down there. The wreckage has been cleaned up. Everything has been taken over. I think you're probably just best to stay in the village. Just rest yourself.
Yes, we'll stay put for sure until the doctor tells us we're safe.
Yeah, and then
We're
we'll
fine to
get the
go
first
home.
flight out of here. I can guarantee you that.
Yes, and that confirmation would just come from the doctor over the radio.
We'll talk and I'll make sure that you're the first person to know.
But he would just call you on this radio, correct?
Correct.
Wonderful, great. Okay, that's Maynard and Russ signing off for now. So we'll talk soon. Over.
Here we go. And we go to Lucian Saunders.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Running up a set of spiral stairs, chasing this serpent person that you already let go once.
Mm-hmm. Following.
As you come up the stairs, there is a viewing window.
Oh, I see.
You also realize you're kind of at the top of the stairs, and there's a hallway that leads down to a door.
Uh-huh.
And then there's 2 stairs that kind of go out and curl out to the sides. And one of the sets of stairs looks like it probably leads to this area where you're going to view or close to it. Looking in, you see a room. Fairly big room.
Huh?
Probably 30 or 40, and you can't see really how far down it goes to the right. Maybe you can, but it's pretty far. It's probably 100 feet, if not a little bit more. All along the walls, you see cages
Come
with
on,
humans in
man.
them.
No. Jesus fucking Christ. Uh-huh.
Looking down, you see 4 operating tables. 2 of them are empty. One looks like it has what looks like a human on it with a sheet or like a blanket over top. And the one closest to you look down and you see what looks like a Bolivian villager.
Mm-hmm.
Strapped to the table with their eyes held open, and they're trying to scream, but they have a gag, and their brain is exposed.
Oh.
And you see 4 serpent scientists poking
Jesus
and prodding
Christ, Dave.
and working on this person.
Oh my God. Uh-huh.
Can I get a sanity roll?
Seems appropriate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My sanity is failing. Shockingly, a 9
Oh,
under 29. Maybe because it's like medical procedures.
oh perhaps, huh?
Mm-hmm.
There's a
Holy
small
cow.
part of you that's like, interesting. You lose 1 sanity.
Okay. Mike himself loses a whole bunch of sanity with Dave's description of what he sees.
What do you do next? Can I get a
Holy
stealth?
shit, Dave.
Can I get a stealth roll?
Yeah, okay. Oh, Terrell, he's like falling and stumbling. He grabs the ledge, makes a big bang, almost falls, like a 96 over 34.
One of the doctors looks up at you in the viewing window. And he says something
Uh-huh.
to Nicole, and they all look up. And 2 of them start to run.
Okay, I'm gonna run down. I'm taking off down the hallway.
Getting the fuck out of there.
Oh, hell yeah! I should be. I go downstairs. No, I'm gonna go down the hallway. I want to see what's down here.
You run down to the end and you see a door. Doesn't really have any features, but you see a small, what looks like a control panel. And you put out your hand and it lights up and the door opens.
Holy crap! because I'm a snake person. Oh no. Okay. Uh-huh.
What the actual fuck is happening?
The door opens and you get hit with a blast of humid heat. You hear sounds of the
Come
jungle
on.
echoing in the distance. You step out
God.
and realize you're in a pit 100 feet deep. You see at the top a chain link barbed wire fence. You turn and look over your shoulder, and what you've emerged from is a giant metallic pyramid.
What?
What?
You take another look around and you hear shuffling, and you turn to the side and you see what looks like a New Yorker just shuffling aimlessly. You look over to the side, another person shuffling aimlessly, oblivion. You turn around and you look around and you see dozens and dozens of what look like normal people from New York, from other parts of the States, Bolivians. You look and you see, it's like, I bought a newspaper off that kid the other day from New York. They're all just shuffling
What?
aimlessly. And we'll see you next time.
Oh my God.
That's definitely the diamond mine. We're definitely.
Thank you for listening to another episode from Actual Play Entertainment. Please rate us, review us, and subscribe. If you liked what you just heard, give us 5 stars and tell your friends. If you didn't like it, then tell your enemies. You'll show them. And for more information and content, visit actualplayentertainment.com.
Hey, I'm role playing here.